Hey guys, so you've obviously come here to the channel, and it's been a year since the passing of a dear friend of ours here, to Ray, and we thought we'd take just a couple of moments of your time to just reflect on our thoughts to our friend, um, and to just reminisce a little bit about what she had meant to us. And if you had seen my video that I made for the channel here, uh, I guess about a year ago, um, is I didn't get to know Ray very well. I've said before that I don't have many regrets in my life, but that is one regret that I do have, is not getting to know her enough. But even with that being said, um, the one day that I did get to know her, she didn't make me feel like a stranger at her own house. Um, Her mom never didn't make me feel like a stranger at her own house. There, everyone was very welcoming. Whenever I watched the movie The Labyrinth, I always just think of that day, that was the movie that I got to discover with them. Well, they showed it to me, and I got to discover it. Um, I enjoy the movie. I could watch it at any time, and I enjoy some of the music there. I still have some of the music actually on my phone. I would play it for you, but then this channel would get hit with a copyright, and I don't need to give my friend that. Not good for the channel. But staying on topic here, I like I said, I don't have many regrets in my life. I always think that the mistakes that I make in my life are learning experiences, and it's just something that I go through. So I choose not to look in the past, and I choose not to do that today still too. But you know, it is still a regret that I have, that I didn't take time more to um, get to know Ray. And thankfully, some of her friends have welcomed me to talk to them, and it's been fulfilling to be able to be there for some of them, and especially to be a friend to Em. Um, she's obviously got some hard days, but she knows that she's loved and she has people on her side, and so the days may be hard, but it definitely helps to know that you're not alone through the journey. Um, um, I'll never forget um, when I got the call from Stephen about you know about Ray's passing. It left me speechless because um, um, I won't disclose. Actually, I was about to say about what happened, but that's not my place to talk about. That's not anyone's business really um, to know about. That's personal information that does not needed to be disclosed upon. But it was just out of the blue, and when something like that hits you, you just don't really know what to say. You don't even really have the words because you're still going through the shock of it all. Um, and so it just took time to process, and um, I do remember going to her wake, and I'll never forget. It was Monday morning, and I had woken up early. I didn't have work, and I, didn't know if I was gonna make it for the services or the burial, whichever one it's called, and but I didn't think I was gonna make it. But I just woke up that morning feeling like that I had to go. I was there for the wake the day before, and so I felt it was important for me to go the next day, and I was glad to do it because it just felt like something that I had to do to a final honor maybe. And so I guess that shows what an impact as well that Ray may have had, just to know that I may not have been able to be there for her a lot, but I wanted to be there at a final moment, I suppose. And again, I just want to thank some of her friends who have allowed me to become friends with them and to talk with them, and I'm grateful to make the connections and hear some of the stories from them about Ray's life, because I didn't get to experience enough of it. I hope that sounds okay how I phrased that, but I'm just thankful for what I'm getting to make and some of the new connections that I get to make. So I think that's all that I have to add, and now I'm going to turn things over to Steve right now.
One year, huh? Man, out of the two of us in this whole video, I had the most memories that I can speak about me and Ray. I miss her so damn much, man. I really do. She was one of my closest friends I've ever had, and that I consider her like she was family. She was definitely like family to me, and I feel as a person a year later, despite what I've been going through that whole year before her passing, despite what I was going through with all that, and then her passing along and having to go through that, the mixture between those two things, especially with Ray's passing, especially with that her impact on my life, her impact made me a better person because of it. Because she led by example, and just how to like be a better person than you were before. Like when she works with the kids, and when she like went out there and just like drove thousands of miles just go see her friends and all that stuff, go to Ohio, go to these run fairs, like no matter where she was, just going to these things because she was dedicated and she knows she can do it and she was great at it, and that no matter who she had in her life, no matter what they had, unlike, I probably already said on this channel, but if you don't know, I have Asperger's syndrome, right? And people like me, usually have some hard times, and have hard times finding friends and all that stuff. And I had a lot of friends before, yeah. I mean, Luke, being one of my closest, I knew him for years. I knew him since 2014, when I started working at that job at Jewel I had. But I mean, like, she was like that she was kind of like that person after him, like not after him, but like that, like the other person I could turn to if I needed anything, if he wasn't available at the time, if I couldn't get in touch with him, that I felt like no matter what, like I could get, you know what I'm saying though. It was no replacement, it was no this and that, it wasn't that. It was always just having, like, she was always there just as much as he was were there for me. And she always put, like, if I was in a bad place, she knew just what to say. And that was like, and I didn't even realize it. I didn't notice it as much as probably others would. And she like she would like I would like call her sometimes. I used to call her every Friday. That was like my thing with her. I would call her every Friday to catch up with her and talk with her after every week. And we'd always crack jokes. We would always have fun. We would have random talks and stuff and whatever. It was off the wall, amazing. Obviously, my first video, I said all the memories I could remember that we had. But what isn't in that video is what happened. Obviously, the funeral and the wake. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet when I made that video. So, for me, walking to those, I didn't go to the funeral, unfortunately, because that was on a Monday, and I work on Mondays. But being at the wake, man, I couldn't believe it. Like, I thought I was dreaming. I seriously thought I was dreaming. I thought I was having a nightmare. I mean, nightmare. I thought I was seriously having a real life nightmare that wasn't real. That's literally how I felt. It was insane. But then, that's how I felt all day. But then when I walked in there, I saw her right there, man. It was just, it was real. It was very damn real. And I'm not getting goosebumps talking about that, but just like, it's just like crazy that this was happening. 26 years old. She would have been 27 if she was still with us today. And me being 31 now makes, I still believe that I can, not that I can, but like at 31, I still feel that I should be extremely lucky to be the age I am, because that could have been me. And not for the same reasons, but I could I could have been dead at 27 for who knows what reason, but I'm still alive at 31, and I wish he was here to see me turn 31, and to make up for that day that we couldn't get together a year ago because of what happened a few days ago, like a few days before this, a year ago. It's just, I really like, I want to add more, but I don't know what else to say. At the end of this, maybe I'll upload as a separate video, but at the end of this, maybe I'll make this separate and I'll make the other thing separate too, but I'm gonna, on this same day, I'm gonna upload my old interview I did with her when we first met. The solo interview I did with her. Not the same interview I put in my tribute video that I made a year ago, but I did a single interview with her before that, and I'm gonna upload that same day I upload this video, and you're gonna, and like I said before in the other video, you're gonna see the energy that she put for me out to you, and the energy that she puts out to you will go into you, hopefully, after you watch that. And that's my biggest takeaway. That's my biggest takeaway I want you to take away from this video, is that she would have done anything for any of you. She didn't matter how big you were, how big, small, skinny, large, doesn't matter. Black, white, green, yellow, it doesn't matter, like, your skin color, your body type, it didn't matter to her. As it shouldn't mean anything to anyone else either. That she was always going to be there for you and believe in your dreams, because your dreams mattered just as much as her dreams meant to herself. Because if you believe you can, you could. You could. And her belief in what she did onto me really made me believe that I really could achieve those dreams. That's my poetry writing. I have digged deeper into that because of her, because she believed in me. She was one of the people that believed in me. As of everything else I told her about that I did, she believed that I could do it and I can, and I believed in myself and I believed in myself more because of that. And now I'm like doing it better than before. Obviously, like I said, I have other friends too that believe in me as well. But she was like, how's that thing going? Is that going, like, she was like, how's it going? Is it going good? And I said, I always said it was always going good. Or if it wasn't getting anywhere, I'd be like, well, it's not going anywhere. You know, it's kind of sucking right now. You know, I was always honest with her, and she was always honest with me. She would call it, like, if she said you're being a dumbass, she would tell me that. You know, no filter. Because that's how much she believed in me. She believed, like, in everyone else. She believed in me. She would say stuff like that. You know, not to be stupid or to be, mean. Just to be like, hey, get your shit straight, and you'll freaking reach to the stars. And maybe sometimes I needed that. Maybe there's a lot of times I needed that. But like, I learned from it, I achieved from it, and I feel like I'm a better person now because of it. At this point, I'm just rambling. I don't feel like I'm rambling to all of you. But I want to thank you all for watching this. For watching this video, and hopefully you guys have sat for all this and thought it was like pretty okay. But yeah. Well, I guess the last thing I'm going to say to close out this video is that a year later, that we still miss you, and we still love you after all this, and we still wish you were here to experience everything that life has to bring. The world's a lot darker place without you, and I can tell you that for a granted fact, that this world is no longer the same without you in it. So, that being said, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Luke has more of the ad that he would like to add. I'm just gonna sit here because I feel like I should.
So as Stephen was talking, there was something that I felt that I wanted to say. I was reading through the message that I had written to read out at the funeral for Ray, and I was debating if I should read it here, but I don't want to do that without consent from friends or family. So I'm just, one thing that I was reading that I wanted to kind of give to all of you is that 26 years is not a long time for a human, for 26 years is a long time, but for a human being, it's just not enough. But in that time, of that 26 years that Ray was around, she offered so much of herself to friends, to families, to loved ones out there, to her job, to, you know, she worked in a library, and, you know, there were kids that she would work with, and, you know, she literally had no hate in her heart, really. And even though 26 years is not a long time, she didn't waste a single moment of it. While I went to her wake, I got to learn a little bit more about her, seeing some of the artwork that she did, some of the cosplay work that she did, and she was brilliant at it. And, you know, I think the point that I'm trying to make is that even though 26 years is not a long time, she didn't waste a single moment of it. She made the most of her time on this world to spread her love and her friendship, patience, joy, her laughter and smile with so many of her friends and family out there. And so, to Ray, we thank you for, you know, for that with all of your friends there. And, you know, as you are missed, the memories that you gave many people will live on forever still, and are still cherished this very day. And many still miss you, and they will continue to miss you, but I'm hoping that a lot of them will be able to cry with tears in their joy, just knowing that they got to be with you, and the laughter, the memories that you shared with them. So I think that's how we close the video a little bit here. So we thank you all for watching here, listening in.
Can I add? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
Sure,
off.
it's your channel.
Well, I don't want to cut him off while he was doing the outro, but like, you know, you brought up a good point about the dragons. You know, like she always made. She made so many of those dragons for so many of her friends, including I have one. I don't have it with me right now, but she made so many of those things, and I want everyone to know too that those were a craft of love for all of you to show externally how much she cared about you. She even, you know, told me that those wings were made to shade you from the sun. That's how much she cared about you.
You're totally getting a dragon tattoo on your neck. No, he's too much of a sissy to get one. But I do have planned to get a dragon tattoo on my hand here. For those of you who don't know, I have my knuckles tattooed, Stay Down. No need to get into the story for that one. Originally, I was going to get it tattooed on this hand, which the knuckle is down. I realized how that doesn't make sense. The best position to actually have the dragon tattoo in tribute to Ray is on the tattoo for the knuckle that says Stay. So that is something that I plan to do hopefully this year. But if not, that is the goal of 2025, to get my next tattoo in tribute to Ray. So anyways, we thank you all for listening in. It's a long video, but this all came spoken from the heart, and we felt that these words deserved as long as we could get. Thank you all for listening, and we hope you all have a great rest of your day, and knowing that you should cherish every day as well that you have. And I think that's the best way to end it right there. Although maybe it's his channel, so he should get the final word. See, this is the best part. We can talk a little bit of the sappy stuff, but also in a tribute video with a friend who spread love, joy, and happiness, we also get to make this into a little bit of a fun time to smile and joke around. I think as Ray would want, she would probably want some happiness put into this video.
She's probably gonna be like, or like, she's gonna do her little thing, you know, like she would be like, you're like, well, but yeah, I mean, every day's a gift, everybody. Every day's a gift.